Is there a success code? Or is this only science fiction? There are a lot of success codes. But in this video, we will talk on one access code that you normally don't think about. Are you curious? Wonderful. Just 8-10 minutes and you learn something new. Hello and welcome all my viewers. Hello there and welcome all my subscribers. Take your seat in the first row that you can see better, listen better. Are you ready? Get your cup of coffee and let's dive into our topic. So many people are looking for a certain success. Success to get the perfect partner, to get a bit of health, to get success in your business life when you're an entrepreneur, or when you look to improve your career. We are always interested in growing because growth is part of life. And when we are looking to grow, we look at the normal things. You have to work and you have to get the access. You have to know better people and then the chances are better. These are all the normal stuff. So normally we are looking on the physical world. We're looking on our skills that we have. When you play better as a musician, then you get better offers, better shows. Or when you want to be an inventor or a good engineer, we have to work on our mental skills. We have to have good ideas and think clever, combine good to come quickly to the good solution. But this is only looking on our body or on our mind. And as we are body, mind, and soul, most people forget this part, the soul part. Why? Why do you neglect the soul part? Write it in the comment. It would be very interesting. I didn't learn this. I never learned how to deal with this part. No one told me to have a better relationship. Okay, so we are a system, body, mind, and soul. And we are always trying to get better. Get better car, better house, better everything, better health, more money. We are looking for expansion. And life is expansion. We can't stand still where we are. This is really boring. This is already death. A tree that doesn't grow anymore is dead. He stays where he is. But as long as he's growing, this tree lives. So life is growth. Life is expansion. But let's come to the success code. I call it success code. There must be a key, something special, something secret. Yes, and there is something special. But already having a new orientation, you can work with your body. It is part of the physical world and you have to use your mind. For sure, you can't just sit there without any idea or any thought. But as we are body, mind and soul, most people neglect this part. And I think this part is the biggest part because it is unlimited. Our body is limited. He can learn new skills and over time he gets better and better, but only in a certain direction. You can't get better in any profession at the same time. You only can be a pilot or something else, but not everything. So our body is limited in time, over time, and also in skills. And our mind is also limited. You can't have 100 thoughts in half a second. How will you do this? You can concentrate on one thing, or quickly one and the next, but you don't stay long in one thought. So we only can focus on one thought. So our mind is also limited by our language, by our knowledge, by our memories. Also limited. But our soul, as it is not a physical being, it is not tangible, it has no physical matter, it is like a ghost. And a ghost can be everywhere at the same time. Imagine what a potential this is. You can't compare your soul with your body, not even with your mind, not even with your subconscious mind. And when I say mind, normally we are controlled by 99.999% from the subconscious mind. And the conscious mind is just a small stage where we play with our thoughts. We get some memories and we play with them. We have some ideas, we play with them. We observe our senses, seeing, hearing, smelling, touch, and so on. So this is our inner stage. The conscious mind is just inner stage where we are aware what happens now. Only the now. You can say what will happen in the future, but when you say what will happen in the future, you have some ideas and you bring it in the now and you think on them now. When you said what happened last year, then you go back to your memories, you bring them in the now stage, and you are reflecting on this now. So the conscious mind is a certain space in the now where we play the scenery. And this is limited. But as I said, as our soul is not a physical being and not even a mind, you can imagine like a ghost. Some people say spirit, ghost, aura, angel. There are so many names. At least this is a virtual being, and it's hard to understand for the mind because the mind is not educated enough to go beyond. It is limited. The mind, as I said before, is also limited. So when our soul is unlimited, there is an enormous potential. And when you are looking for growth, why don't you try to get in contact with your soul and see what your soul can offer you? Because as the soul is everywhere, it has also access to everything. So this is the source where you have access. As I said, access code. This means when you want help to expand your success, you need access to your soul. And how can you get access to your soul? You should communicate with your soul. You need a code, a conversation. The soul is always transmitting, but are you really receiving? And these are certain frequencies, words, ideas, feelings, whatever it is different for everybody. And everybody has different senses. So you need to develop your code to have access to your soul, that your soul can bring you the help that is needed to come quicker and faster to your goal. Any thoughts? Comment below. So how can you develop this code? This is your job. First, you have to be in contact with your soul. How do I do this? If you don't know how to do this, then it's high time you're losing the biggest part that could be the biggest part in your team. You can touch can feel your body, and you are so accustomed that you say, yes, my thoughts are real. I believe that I can think, so my thoughts are real, and my belief is real, and what I know, I think I know. This seems to be real. But as your soul is not real, this means you don't have a lot of contact. So I think it's high time to get closer and to start the communication. And the code you need, the key, is something that you should do on your own. This goes over your consciousness. I already spent lots of videos on our soul. If you're interested, look in my archive and you can find interesting stuff. And this won't be the last one. So many people know from religion, there's a prayer. But a prayer is mostly something that you try to have a communication with your divine, with your God. But when you say prayer, this is already, people don't like this. I'm a tangible guy. I'm a computer guy. I'm an audio guy. I'm a video guy. I love physical stuff. I love all the facts, world. But I also know this is not everything. I also know that there are feelings, that there are emotions, and there's much more. And we shouldn't only focus on one side. This would be excluding all the rest. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't exclude the best of our life. So when I say prayer, some people call affirmations. They tried it, but they don't know. They use even the wrong affirmations. They heard this must work, but they don't really know how this works and where it can help. But it must be the right affirmation, and we have to use it in the right way. And as we are a moving being, we are always changing. You should develop a code. I prefer the word code, a conversation, a vibrational codex to get in contact to your soul. And as you are moving and as you're always getting on a new level, you always have to change your codex to the soul, because you're always asking once I wanted to buy this mouse. I want this mouse so much, and I was hoping to get it, and I was praying and looking at the folder, but now I have the mouse. I don't have to praise the mouse. I have it already. So now I can look for a different computer or different camera, what else. And as we are always getting from one level to the next level, this code, this codex is always moving. We should always be aware, where am I? What is missing? We have to be really clear. What part of my system is involved to get as quickly as possible to there? Is it more the body? Is it more the mind? Or is it more the soul? We shouldn't exclude this part. And when we work on this code, or you could say even a prayer, but it must include all the details. But as long as you don't have any contact to your soul, you can't ask the soul when you don't have a connection. So first you have to build up a connection. And when you have the connection, then you can say, now let's work to get this: better health, more money, better relationship. I want a new house. I want to make something new in my life. I want to move and have another profession. And as long as you know you don't have the right connection, you have to be linked. You have to be online with your soul. If you're not online, if you're not connected, then it doesn't make sense to make any wish list. And we have to understand what is the soul, how the soul works, and when you have a certain wish, how is the soul is involved, and what is the part of the soul, and how can the soul bring this in your mind and later in your body or in your outer world. We have to be clear on this. If you're not clear on this, you're touching and you don't know which buttons you press. So the first code would be get in touch with your soul. And this takes time. If you don't take your time, I want to get in touch with my soul, and then you continue as always, you will never get in touch. It takes time. It takes repetition. You have to get closer. You have to reach the first signals. This, at the beginning, it is a really small communication. I get some information, but is this, from where does this come? Comes this from my subconscious mind? Or does this really come from my soul? And you have to be sure. Because when you say, this is the soul, but it's just a memory, then it's not the soul. And we have to be clear on this. Because when you're not relying on the information, you have the connection to someone else, to your subconscious mind. But this is not what you want. So you have to offer your time, and you have to find the way that works for you. To do this takes some time. And if you never made this in your life, if it's the first thing, then it takes even more time because you have no skill at all. And you can learn this. Get some teacher that helps you. Because when we have a teacher, we learn something quicker. When you want to learn the piano on your own, you can be drowned. But when you have a teacher, you make this, and you do this, then you get quickly to your goal. Success is much quicker with a teacher. So first, you have to develop a code to be in contact with your soul. And then you should learn how your soul communicates with you, what your soul is asking for you. The way that the soul supposes is the best to come into your mind, in your body. And this is what I said, this is moving because we are always on a new level. And if you made your code something like a prayer, you will see that the code will change every day. And this is good because you get more and more details and it gets more and more precise. And the closer you get, the better is the information flow. And the more information you receive, the more input you become. The more input you get for your success. And all three parts are involved in your success. And success can be however you define it. Health, career, business, whatever. Yes, interesting stuff. Is this only science fiction? Or is this something that you missed, nearly missed in your complete life? What might be a pity, because we can't focus only on our body and our mind. And the subconscious mind is not a guarantee. The subconscious mind is just an accumulation of memories and habits. Whatever you did in the past is there. But when you want something that you never had, this means the past until now didn't bring you there. This means you need something new. But how will you get there? You need a guidance. If not, you're running through life without navigation. And your soul is a perfect navigation system. The soul says you, do this now. Why? Do this now. And you do this now. And you get results that you never imagined. Because the soul has the broader perspective. The soul knows everything. hardly to understand for our mind, because in our mind we know everything. There's nobody that knows better than my mind what's good for me. But when you want something and you are not there, your mind didn't bring you to where you want to be. The mind is only the sum of all the things that you gathered until now. But when something is missing, in this topic, the mind is innocent, knows nothing. Yes. So, first, develop your code, try to get in contact with your soul. And the more you try, the soul says, it seems you are really trying. So you come to me, I come to you. And then you meet something in between. The soul is already waiting because it's a part of you. But most people neglected it. And this is a pity. There lies all the power. All the power. As I said, I'm a realistic person. I'm not a priest. But when we see the broader perspective, why should I neglect this? It's the same as when you have $1,000 in your purse and you say to yourself, no, I only have $10. And you say, no. Why should I neglect 990? No, I know there are 1,000. And when you know the power of your soul, you would never say, I never had any contact. I think I will never get. And as you don't try it, it is another decision. But this video was just another reminder to knock on your door. Is there something else? Think about this. This is a wonderful journey. You uncover power in yourself that is unbelievable. Try it out. Don't miss this. Any comments? I would be interested what you write. Are you already using your soul? Is your soul included in your program to have your success? Write it in the comments. If not, you can also write it. Yes. Thank you very much for watching. And now you can think, spooky video I watched today. Oh, I will forget it. Or you say, I think this is worth getting more information. Yes. And once in a while, when I have an idea, you know me, sometimes I make YouTube stuff, sometimes I make mind stuff, sometimes just interesting stuff. And when I get another information and I think, yeah, why not? Or when questions pop up in the comment and they're really interesting, then we can deepen this. Next week, next year, in 5 years, or never. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next video,